Alright, y'all, we back. We are back. So, we had a good show today. We had a good discussion. We have to cover the sports side of things. I know you guys are getting into the whole Kaepernick thing and everything else.
Right.
So, go ahead. Free your mind. Free your mind in the words of Kanye. Nah. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Who sings that? Let me see who's good at that.
Definitely.
Let's see. Free your mind. High grade.
Sounds familiar.
Come here, please. Let me see if you can name that song. Come here. I need you to see if you can name that song.
Name that song.
Free your mind and the rest will follow. Who sings that? Y'all suck. I am not calling neither one of you for a motherfucker. Yes!
Nice.
Mother flower? Yes, that is in vogue, goddammit. That is in vogue. You better know that shit. You a fucking DJ. I'm about to put you in timeout if you didn't know that shit. You know that, right? You're about to put on punishment, son. Like, you cannot mix for a week.
Yeah, a few songs from the album.
Yeah?
He just went to the vinyl vote.
Yeah, he had to go to Rolodex real quick.
Run through the little memory card.
But I'm gonna step aside here and let you gentlemen get into this sports talk and stuff. I'll chime in and be like, when y'all talk about football, I'll just be like, go.
I mean, it's kind
Right?
of hard for me.
But I heard that somebody, I think the Raptors just lost or they won or they got spanked from somebody. No, y'all don't know.
I kind of disconnected from sports when I realized it wasn't gonna make me any money.
All right, so the Mets still suck.
I just like it for the.
Boxing is still all right. We're gonna do entertainment news right now. The Mets still suck. Boxing is still rigged. Everybody in NBA is a hoe. What else?
Football sucks because Kaepernick ain't playing.
Yeah, football sucks because Kaepernick ain't playing. Yes. What else? Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Did you hear that? Now the NFL is charging not the player but the team. They're finding the team, not the player.
For kneeling. Right?
For kneeling.
Yep.
Is that the thing that they talk
And
about?
I believe the Jets coach, I think it was the Jets coach, he
said
said he's going to pay the fine for the players who decide that they want to take the knee.
Yeah.
But now they're telling them that, you could take the, if you want to take the knee, you either leave and go to the locker room or go into another place. Like, where the fuck are they gonna go?
Well,
that's not giving them a right of free to speech and free of.
Is that the thing where Trump is trying to talk about? If they take the knee and he's gonna try to send them
he's
to
like,
the country or something.
Yeah,
like
he
that?
was like, then they don't even need to be in the U.S. if they're gonna be doing that, disrespecting the flag. But it's like you got other motherfuckers doing worse shit. Look what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Look at what you're allowing to happen. And you worry, and not only that, but your main focus is the fucking NFL.
Right.
When there's so many more other fucking things that are going on in this fucking world right now.
The NFL is the top.
You know how
3
many shootings? Matter of fact, I need to
things in the
Google
world.
this.
Yep. Super Bowl is the biggest.
It's the top 3. So that's why his focus. He's a money man.
Yeah,
he's into marketing, executive. You know, he's into
NFL lost mad money last year.
Hell yeah, because of Kaepernick.
You know how many
Come
niggas
over
did
here.
not watch the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, because they took a stand. People actually took a stand. So now they're trying to bring Kaepernick too.
I didn't watch the whole NFL season just because they ain't put Cap on the field. Just
Because you know what it is? People are not understanding his purpose behind. They're thinking that he's just disrespecting the flag, but they don't realize why he is kneeling. He is kneeling for the purpose of injustice in black killings. Why did this black man get killed? Military men. My father is a veteran. My father is a Marine. Okay, one of the highest. They're fucking above the armies, and this is not taking anything away from people in the army, but Marines and then army people. You feel me? These are frontliners. I asked my father, "How do you feel about Kaepernick kneeling? Are you offended by this shit?" He's like, hell fucking no.
Right.
I understand, and I stand right beside him, and I know why he's doing this. Right. He's doing this as a fight for people who don't have a voice, for these black killings that are happening on a consistent basis, and they're not getting justified. They're pulled out with excuses, and these fucking cops are still getting paid and paid with sick leave, and they're not getting their badges taken away, and their guns taken away, and it just keeps fucking happening and happening and happening. These excuses keep happening, and nothing's fucking being done about it.
Right.
So he's like, why should I kneel? Why should I stand and put my hand like this or whatever the case and salute the fucking flag when what it constitutes motherfuckers ain't abiding by it.
Right, and I just saw it today too, and this is going even beyond black killings, but also incarceration.
And the incarceration too.
And most people didn't notice that Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the world.
That's ridiculous.
And so when he went down there to go investigate about it, he didn't post his personal pictures, but this is pictures you can just simply look up online to even find that it's true itself. Not only are they having people incarcerated, they're having them work in mansions of officials, they're having them work in fields, they're having them go work in other places cleaning up. How does that not embody fucking slavery itself?
It is exactly that.
And so it was really fucking scary to see that, just looking it up simply from Google itself.
All these concentration camps that's going around, that they making it like it's nothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
Everybody that's trying to go to the front door and say, yo, I just want to go inside and see what's going on. They're like, nope, can't come inside. Whether they are part of the government or not. And why do all these places that they building have all these barbed wires all around it and we can't go inside?
Exactly.
And every time a big catastrophe or natural disaster or something happens war related,
There's always a distraction afterwards.
and then people start disappearing, and all these places are still there.
That's another thing that, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's another thing that I was asked to speak about was kidnappings with these young black girls. How they're just fucking disappearing, and it happens a lot in Chicago. And Chicago is a known state where girls are being taken away, and it's said to be that it's for organ donating.
Yes, exactly.
And people don't understand how popular, and I hate to use that word popular, but
Not
it's
just
the
that
truth.
too, but sex trafficking.
Oh, that too. Well,
It's-
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
the two
saying.
main
That's what
reasons
they
why
asked
they
me.
send people
That's what they asked me
is
about her
for
speak on
organs
the sex trafficking
and for
part and
sex
the
slavery.
whole organ
Or
donating.
the third one for like you said,
Yeah.
where they slaves in these mansions and homes and facilities and stuff like that.
Yep.
But the big people that's making all these monies in all these countries, no matter what skin color you are, no matter what religion, these people are like 80 years old and they had no sex life all their life. So where they getting all the sex from? From the people that they kidnapping, and
Yeah, they even just
they
shut
being
down
marketed.
Backpage recently.
They being marketed. and
Yeah, they
sold.
shut that shit down. Yep.
But you know, Backpage is only like sort of just the basic threshold. So me, especially being like this bored introvert kid in high school, especially when I had just moved to Florida at the time and I didn't know nobody, I actually started learning how to go on the dark web, and you see some pretty dark dimension shit on
Oh yeah.
there. And they actually have this website called Pink Meth, and it's not for the drug, but actually it's for a lot of disgruntled exes, like mostly guys, who would actually post their girlfriend's nudes, where they work, who their parents are, where they live, and they'll either put one of three statuses: hunting, hunted, or dead. And so basically it's literally just a way for them to go and get them if they wanted to get back at them, essentially. And so basically what it was just littered with a bunch of people who broke up with whoever the disgruntled person was, guy or girl, and they just posted all their shit online.
Crazy.
Even where they worked, phone numbers.
And that's also a form of defamation of character as well.
It is, but dark web, you can't prove anyone who is what it
Right,
is, you
because
know?
everybody's pretty much anonymous.
And that's 96% of the internet is the dark web. Anything
But
you
it makes
can
you wonder.
possibly receive in Google is only 4% of what we know.
Exactly.
And that's
But it-
fucking scary, bro.
Yeah, this is where
Yo,
Snowden comes
I've
from.
googled some demented shit. Like I mean, you know, I don't hate to say it because you know what, this is realities that people don't realize. You know, and these are sometimes I would tell my son just to like give him like a fucking reality check, like appreciate what you have here in the U.S., your freedoms and all your fruits and, you know, not your labors, but all your fruits that you have right here. Appreciate what you have. Appreciate that laptop. Appreciate that Xbox. Appreciate them fucking Jordans on your feet. Shit like that, you know. So I would show him videos of third world countries, you know, kids playing with rocks. But as my father said, they're happy because that's all they know.
I seen it.
So a rock brings them happiness. They don't know that an Xbox and a laptop is so much more than a rock.
I seen something on video with
Takashi.
Tekashi 6ix9ine. He went to Puerto Rico, right? And there was people comparing him and Drake about the videos of them giving money out.
Right,
to people and
right.
stuff
He
like that.
went to DR to do that.
Yeah,
that was DR.
DR, yeah. And he was giving kids money, and then one of the little boys came up to him and was like, "Oh, is that real? Are you really giving this to me?" Like he was like, "Yeah, this is for you." And he ran back and told his friends and grabbed all his friends
And
came
brought 'em
and,
back.
you know, got the money. And it was like appreciative of it. You know what I'm saying? Because they, like he said down in DR, like most of the unpopulated places, they
Right.
don't.
Yeah, they don't have
They
that.
have money and, you know, stuff like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So he went and did that, and people was kind of like judge him against they were judging him with what he's doing and what Drake was doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, like comparing the two.
Yeah, comparing
like,
the two.
oh, Drake came out with it first, now all of a
Yeah.
sudden Tekashi doing this shit now.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like Tekashi was doing it off of the slack that he was getting on the media. I mean, it could have been genuine. I'm not taking anything away from him if it was genuine. If it was, that's fucking kudos to you, you know. But I mean,
You talk about for the video?
yeah,
That we talk about Gotti?
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
That got
But
it.
see, that's the thing. 6ix9ine was
He was already doing
already
that from what he
doing
was
that in
saying.
school and stuff like that.
There was
So-
a discussion on that from somebody who's a Facebook head, and just sort of understanding like how you bring it back to Poverty Inc. If you guys ever watched that, like don't just be the type of person who destroys an economy just trying to look like for yourself giving a good cause, especially when you've already stayed at the top and haven't started at the bottom. You're just doing it. For Tekashi 6ix9ine to go out and give kids cash, it came out to a lack of education on his part on what it looks like to have Poverty Inc. Because he's actually coming from a good place, knowing that he grew up in Beeville and all these other places in Brooklyn, and that he actually wanted to, having been on that bottom level, give kids a little bit of that money for them to be like, yo, go out and buy something for your parents.
Yep.
Obviously, he didn't understand the big picture entirely, but that's coming from a good place as opposed to these other artists who've already stayed at the top and did this and just want to donate, but they don't realize what's happening.
When I saw that God's plan, that's what I thought. I said, listen, this is all a marketing thing because they could have been doing this. I said, all these artists don't do it a lot. So to do it in a video, I was like, it's like, you know, like.
That's why I don't buy albums.
Hold on. To go out and boast
Right.
about giving people stuff all the time, it's like looking for something. Because
And you're only giving it to a select amount of people. It's
Yeah.
not like you're going, and you're only going in your town. Like, step outside the fucking boundary where other people are supporting you. Maybe you got more supporters than fucking Chicago. But
Right.
you're only focusing on them?
And it goes back to Cap, because Cap been doing it for a minute now.
Oh, yeah.
Ever since he been out the NFL, and he's been using his own money
Exactly.
to not only just give out, but to start other programs.
Exactly.
and
That's
situations.
different. That's a
Exactly.
whole nother
So,
different
it's
ball game. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it out of the greater good. He's doing it out of his pocket and shit like that. It's not for showmanship. You know what I mean?
So now looking at these videos, they're doing it to gain the clout, so they can win over the crowd. So that now, when you win the crowd, you can influence them in a whole other way.
Yep.
So that's all you gotta do, and that's where all this money come from. That's why I said that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other show where you break it down and you see how people control off of it. Where from the first president till now, none of them believe in God, but they put it on the money.
Mm-hmm.
But in his video, is God's plan.
Right.
They believe in
Yeah,
God.
so it's like it's real.
They need to
It's
believe in that
deep.
shit.
It's so simple and complicated at the same time. That's how deep it is. Because now everybody's faith and hope and beliefs and life is created around that dollar bill, and they see it. So now they can create a video showing that they're giving people money instead of just being out there giving it. Like I'll be on my way to work, and if I see something happening where somebody I see like they deserve it, because you can tell people that are just out there asking for money. And you can tell people that's out there that can't go get it, so they just hoping somebody give them something. And I'll be that one bike that's going between all the cars that see this dude every day and won't do nothing, and I'll just stop, give them something, and go back. And I don't want nobody to know about it, because this is what I do. If I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna help you. If I'm gonna give you something to eat, I'm gonna give you something to
No
eat.
recognition.
If I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna go up and talk about it, because that's not what it's about. It's about helping you.
Right.
And if I see you out there looking like you asking for it, instead of going to go get it, I'm gonna show you how to get it, so you don't have to ask somebody else for it.
There's a couple of factors in it. So one, most people don't do it because then they feel like, especially seeing a lot of these videos of rich people doing it, or even just knowing their own situation, that they believe that it has to be all homeless people or none when it comes to donating.
Exactly.
And so there was actually a really famous speaker, his name is Simon Sinek, somebody you should really look up and listen to, in which when he was in New York the last time, he observed one homeless lady for a few days where she would sit down, and after a couple hours she'd only have made $30 with her sign saying, I'm hungry, I need. And most people would just walk by because they believe that if they had to give one to her, that other homeless person down the block, they would have to give it to them too.
Yep.
Now, fast forward, he sits down with her and says, hey, let me change your sign up if that's okay with you. She said, okay, literally I have nothing to lose. And so now he wrote something on the sign, and it said, if you can only donate to one person a month, it is okay if it is me. And so she ended up making $130 in 1 hour and finally got to leave. But what the message was is that you let people know it's okay to not have to do it for all if you know you can't do all. And so that's the kind of mentality we gotta help develop.
Yeah,
in people's
don't.
minds.
That's
about
the
paying
thing.
it
That's what
forward.
I do. Like, that's my motto. I tell people, I put it in my post all the time. Pay it forward. I'm a strong believer in paying it forward. I've been on my own since I was 15 years old. This was by choice. I've been through shit that I should not have been through at a young age, but I've been through it. So what? It's made me the person who I am, and it's made me appreciate life and the things that I have now. And I've been less fortunate. I've had nothing to eat. I've had not a penny in my motherfucking pocket. So I know what it is to not have nothing. And it makes you feel fucking helpless. It makes you feel like less of a person. You feel fucking useless. Like, you just feel like, what's your point in being on this fucking earth? What can I provide? What can I give to you, even if you guys are my friends? It's not even about a sexual relationship.
Right.
It's about, what can I do for you? I ain't shit. So you go through this mental fuck up and this mental fuck, you know what I mean? So like I said, for me, it makes me appreciate everything. This is why I always tell people, like, yo, pay it forward. I tell people, yo, it doesn't cost to be nice. You know, I tell people, I literally, people think I'm joking. I have a case of water in my fucking car right now. I purposely leave a case of water in my car. I buy 3 cases every month. Take 2 in my home for my family. I purposely leave one in my car for homeless people.
Right.
I've stopped traffic at red lights just to hop out my car to pull out 2-3 bottles of water. And it's just water, but you know what? It makes me feel good because you know what? I quenched your fucking thirst for the next hour or 2. Something that you probably would have never done. Wintertime, when it's blistering motherfucking cold. Me, I'm a summer baby. I hate being cold. I fucking hate being cold. So to see people out there, like, just with like a thin ass fucking jacket, and I know you brick city cold, and you just like they're thugging it out, that shit breaks my heart. You know what? I'm gonna go home, and I got mad shit in my fucking crib, socks that don't fit me, socks that may have 1 hole in it that I'm not wearing, but they clean. I'm gonna bag that shit up, and I've done that. And yes, there have been times when I've recorded it, but it wasn't off of I'm trying to like show off. It was more so of like, look, if I can do this, you could do this too. It didn't cost me shit to do this. I smoke weed every fucking day, son. Every day I smoke weed. It's not gonna break my pocket to spend $1.50 to get a motherfucking bagel with cream cheese and a fucking hot chocolate or coffee. Because you know what? What I do, that shit, my karma, I'm a big believer in karma. That shit gonna come back to me 10 times motherfucking fold. And I'm not expecting for that shit to come back to me tomorrow. I don't want that shit to come. If it does, then hey, kudos for me, great for me.
Right.
But I'm not expecting that shit anytime soon. But I know when my time is my time, I'm gonna get it. That's why now, you know, my struggles ain't my struggles. It's just like, all right, you know, going over this little speed bump because that's life, because life ain't fucking perfect and this is what it is. But I'm not struggling. I wake up every morning, you know, grateful and happy that I have a roof over my head, that I have a fucking comfortable bed, that I got food in my refrigerator, that I have love in my house. You understand what I'm saying? That I have a car, I have a bike, you know, I have a couple of dollars in my pocket. I don't need to go out and party. I did that shit when I was younger. I'm not saying I'm like a dry bug or whatever, but it's not about that. It's about the bigger picture. And people need to realize that helping somebody else is not gonna, what is it gonna do for me to help you out? Right. Yo, you need $5? If I got 10, I'm gonna still give that shit to you. But you ain't gonna know that I got $5 in my pocket. I'm gonna make you believe I got 100 in my pocket. Right. Because if I feel like I wanna help you, because I feel you're worth me helping, I'm gonna do that. I don't want to say I expect for you to help me in return, but that's how it should be. I got you, you got me when I need you. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It should be like that.
Remember last week when I said you displayed 2 out of the 5 laws of stratosphere success? You just displayed another one. And so basically it's the very first one. It's called the law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment.
Yeah, I really don't. That's why what I do with radio, you know, me doing my showcases, I tell these artists, I have more pleasure in being able to say, yo, I could give you a write-up because I know you're a solid artist. I know you serious about your craft. You know, you grind, you got your music out there, you fucking performing, you got your, you know, you on fucking Spotify, you on here, you everywhere. Niggas know who you are, you know, you creating a buzz for yourself. Right. You know, let me be able to provide this. I'm a nurturing type of person. My husband will tell you I'm a very, very nurturing person. You come to my house, what's the first thing I'm gonna wanna fucking do? Feed your ass. I'm gonna ask you, my husband, been with my husband for 11 years. I will ask this man a million fucking times, babe, you hungry? No, I'm good. 20 minutes later, babe, you wanna eat? You hungry? No, I'm good. It's just a natural thing, and it's not because I expect for people to fucking. I don't want the I don't care for the recognition, yo. Like real shit. That's just the type of person that I am, and I just wish that a lot more people could be like that. And if they were, life would be a little bit more simpler. It'd be a little bit more fucking peace. Because when you help people out, I feel good when I help someone out. I feel good. Like real talk. I feel good. Like yo, you know what? I was able to come through for you. That's why I'll be like, yo, I got you. Like, yo, nah, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you.
But that's why looking at these videos with them doing it now, it's like, if that's supposed to be God's plan, then nobody's supposed to have been suffering. Nobody's supposed to be paying for a free piece of fruit that we're supposed to keep
That's
us
why
alive.
I'm an atheist.
Because all the food is out there for free. And, you know, you got the U.S. capitalizing off of it. And you have to pay that dollar that's saying God we trust to go get that food to make sure you stay alive. Yeah. So you can only stay alive if you have that piece of paper.
That piece of paper that's not worth nothing.
Exactly.
That has more. That's holding more value that they claim has no value over your life. Mm-hmm. So it's like for people to use videos to do that to try to boost what they're about, instead of being like people like the average person that's helping the communities that's not putting videos out there. Cause we've been since we young, like we all average of 30 here. Since we've been young, all we saw was Save the Children Foundation, Feed the Children Foundation, and it's all rich people putting it out there.
Exactly.
So you asking everybody to give $1 when you got all these millions.
That's
and
exactly.
And I'm looking at these commercials as a kid, waiting for them to see where they put their dollar at.
Ooh, did I tell you I love you?
They put their dollar on you for the tax write-off.
Yeah.
That's all they care about.
Yeah.
Yo, this is why I don't buy albums. People laugh at me, and I'm like, I don't buy albums because now, granted, you make your money, you earn your money, you are at will to do whatever the hell you want with your money. That's your entitlement. Mm-hmm. However, if you are in a position where the reason why you got your money is because of X, Y, and Z, and B, fucking repay that bitch.
Exactly.
If you have the power, and my thing is like, it doesn't even have to be monetary. I'm more so of like, build communities, build fucking centers for these kids.
Exactly.
Create something for these kids that's gonna be fucking positive, that's gonna keep them in the right direction.
Exactly.
Where these young girls are not gonna be getting pregnant at fucking 15 years old. Where you're not gonna have these kids experimenting with motherfucking opioids and you know, if you're gonna educate kids about drugs, educate them the proper way about drugs. Stop fucking putting it in their mind that weed is a fucking drug because it's not. Stop lying to these fucking kids.
But this is how you know that their money is not their money.
It's not gonna kill you. It's not a fucking gateway drug. It's not none of that shit. Because I've been smoking weed since I was 12 years old. And never in my life have I ever had a desire to sniff coke or to shoot up. The furthest I've ever gone was I popped the ecstasy pill. Who hasn't? Well, not saying that, but you know, that's probably the furthest that weed smokers have experimented with was probably popping the ecstasy pill. But everything, I've never been attracted to that shit. I used to sell it, that's why I'm not attracted. And even if I didn't sell it, I'm not attracted to that shit. Weed was a high enough level that I needed to get to. I'm good I'm chilling.
Like you said,
I'm hungry, I'm good.
Plus, we all seen what the crack epidemic did. So most of the weed smokers from our generation ain't venturing no further.
We chilling. That's what I'm saying. We chilling on that weed.
Exactly where we at.
Yeah. Now everybody want to be experimenting. They want to be sprinkling some coke on it and sprinkling some crack on it. Dave Chappelle said it himself, right? Sprinkle some crack on it.
That's all cousin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But that's all the marketing. That's all the
marketing.
Because look at even in his God's Plan video, at the very beginning, he said my record label gave me this as a budget for my video. And he put into giving back $999,000. Marketing. Yeah. It was marketing from the very beginning.
Yeah.
From Jump Street.
So it's like if they all could get together and actually help the community and do the community some justice, they will do it. but now they being paid by the companies to do these things, so they can't like. I heard like a long time ago, Shaq is billionaire. If he wanted to go take $1 million out just because, they're gonna ask him why. All these people, they want to spend their money, they gonna ask them why.
They still got control over your money.
They see that you taking out $1 million to go build a community center to take homeless people off the streets, and help the kids have a place to go to after school, and feed people throughout the day. A 3-piece combo right there. They go like, nah.
Because they need to see people in poverty.
That's the crazy part. That's why I give Akon so much props for bringing infrastructure to these kind of like places. You know, like even a simple light in their communities helps make the difference. You know.
Yep.
Look what Akon did.
And they trying to smash that whole shit.
Yep.
Look what Akon did in fucking with the power.
Right.
And they said that he could have did that shit in Puerto Rico, but they didn't allow him to fucking do that shit. You believe that shit? You believe that shit?
And they minimized it to just that little part.
Yeah.
This is where politics and history comes in, because America wants Puerto Rico to be a part of the U.S.
For the longest.
Just like Hawaii.
For the longest time.
Just like Hawaii, and just like there's still some other sovereign states that's part sovereign. So they're only gonna help the full invested states. Right. So now they use this to their advantage, because they even help other countries that are enemies and not even allies. So why wouldn't you help Puerto Rico? So this is what I told her. I was like, I said, my wife is Puerto Rican. I'm gonna ask her how she feel about it, because they're gonna use this and capitalize. They're gonna make y'all sweat it out till y'all have no choice, and then sign the papers and sign up freedom. Y'all freedom.
Puerto Rico.
Well, no, what they're doing.
They just don't have the title.
What
because you can go to Puerto Rico now with
that's why
no
they got
passport.
3 taxes.
Right.
The only way they can stay like that is the extra tax. They got 3 taxes.
What they've been trying to do is they've been trying to make us the 51st state for well over 25 years.
Yeah, y'all just want the title.
But we are not. We're not giving in, because we're a commonwealth and we want to maintain our own independence.
Right.
They feel that we can't survive without them, and we clearly have been. But now with this man-made fucking storm, man-made storm. Let's emphasize that.
They forced the issue.
Okay.
So now you need me, and that's
the
what
heart
Americans
machine, right? So now that this has happened, now they see that Puerto Ricans are in distress. Now we are struggling. Now we are officially struggling. So we're not going to help you guys. We're going to continue letting you struggle. After you guys continue struggling, guess what? This is where you guys start dying out, because guess what? This is 3 months into the storm, and people are still right now dying to this day. My uncle passed away in Puerto Rico from this fucking storm too. You know what I'm saying? So people are still fucking dying. So it's more so like, all right, let them continue dying off. As they continue dying off, then this white man who has a shitload of fucking money is gonna come over to Puerto Rico. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you go to Puerto Rico, you know how many white Americans live in Puerto Rico? They have relocated. It's not going to Florida. It's not going to motherfucking Hawaii. They relocate and retire in Puerto Rico. They are learning the fucking Spanish language. Some of them speak fucking better Spanish than fucking me. Okay? So they're doing this purposely, because at the end of the day, once all of us start dying out, now it's like, we're here, we got money, let's start rebuilding shit. And then now it's not going to be like these little shack houses that were there when we were growing up. Now we got condos and shit on a fucking island.
I seen a video, like a live video of someone that was in the facility where the FEMA and
they were having a party.
They was in there having a party. Like nobody was out.
Nothing was going on. The people who were supposed to be out there, they were partying. They had a DJ and everything. They had a live DJ.
Everything. And that was like crazy to me. I'm like, okay.
And that's when it just happened. That was like days after it just happened.
I'm like, okay, so you guys go over there just to what? Just to chill and party, like. And it was like it was in this big old hotel, like.
It was a 5-star hotel. I think it was like the Hilton or some shit like that. They were chilling in.
I might forget all this.
It's crazy, yo. It's sad. It's unfortunate, and it's not only Puerto Rico. I know I'm Puerto Rican. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm focusing on that. It's a lot of islands. There's a lot of Caribbean islands that are suffering from this shit. Look. Hold on. Case in fucking point. Haiti. Hello, Haiti. How long ago was that earthquake in Haiti?
Listen,
almost over 10 years ago.
They're never gonna fix Haiti.
Of course not. But I'm just saying, like, that's a case in point that look at Haiti. They didn't even bother fucking restructuring that shit.
No, they're trying to wipe Haiti.
Oh, they are.
From Jump Street, because Haiti
They full
from the
independent.
beginning, from when they started bringing slaves over here.
Yep.
Haiti's been the rebellious.
They the
period.
because
Yeah,
they crazy.
They're
They're
the one
freedom.
who sparked the whole niggas go and kill your slave master shit.
They
Yeah.
crazy. They
And
are
they took over
super
their island.
730.
That's how they got their island to begin with. Well,
Yeah.
they
That's
chunk
case
of
in
the
point.
island.
Yeah.
That's case in point. When the whole thing ended, is either you gonna
So-
take what we give you, or you gonna stand for yourself, and Haiti stood for themselves.
Exactly.
So they could rather sweat it out and rebuild, no matter how long it takes,
And
instead of
every-
just giving up and be like, okay,
And
here.
every time they
I'ma-
try
I'ma
to,
pay
these
taxes.
niggas come and
Somebody-
kick down their
Yep,
car
some
house.
shit happen,
That's
yep.
it. Just kick down their brick house and start again.
Yeah,
Niggas.
but that's how it should be. You should
But-
stand on your foundation. They eating free food. They don't need to worry about U.S. money. They go out there
Exactly.
and
They
harvest
planting their
food.
own shit.
They
Yeah,
harvest
they
their
planting their
food
own
to
shit.
survive. 'Cause that's what it's
Even-
about. Survival.
That's why they telling us. So they trying to create a message to tell us like, yo, start growing your own food.
Yeah.
Because when you start growing your own food, you don't have to pay
Yeah,
for your
that's what it's
fucking
about.
food. You don't
Right.
gotta
You
pay
working,
taxes.
You working
You don't
to
gotta
survive.
pay taxes
You working
on
to
your
survive.
food. And
So
if you
know
really
how to
think
eat,
about
you
it,
don't need to work for
if you
nobody.
really think about it, you know, the story is told.
And-
You see cows. How big are fucking cows?
That's
Cows
true.
are humongous. What do cows eat?
Grass.
Exactly.
Now, here's why that is.
Horses. What the fuck do horses eat?
You ever heard of Mount
You know what I'm saying?
Santos?
Who?
Mount Santos?
The
I
sounds
think I
familiar.
heard about that.
All
I
right,
heard
Mount
about that.
Santos is a company. They produce seeds for agriculture
Okay.
across the country.
All right.
Now, what they're doing now, they're producing GMO seeds. So no matter if you decide to not buy your stuff at the grocery store no more, doesn't matter. Because the shit you growing is still the shit that they
That they got at the
feed you
store.
in the damn grocery store.
Yeah, it's the same shit.
So either which way, you still screwed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why the whole little telling niggas to go grow their own shit. That's not gonna work for most people.
Right.
Now the people in the islands, they may have a better chance because they may still have a few of the official seas.
Right,
Even
right.
some people but if you look at it, right?
If you destroy the islands, you destroy the last things left.
The islands in Africa was supplying the whole, well, not the whole world, but majority of the world with their fruits and vegetables, really and truthfully. In fact, most of the materials in everything that everybody uses on a regular basis come from the islands in Africa.
Yeah, of course.
Period. Your bananas, your all that shit come from down there.
I'm gonna give you a fucking. My mother just finished enlightening me yesterday. I go to my grandmother's house. She goes, take that paper right there on the wall. I'm like, what is that? She goes, a little history about Puerto Rico. I'm like, okay. Pasteles. You know what pasteles are?
Hell yeah.
Pasteles is a traditional meal made by Puerto Ricans during Christmas. Basically, it's green bananas, plantains, yuca. Like, it's a whole bunch of combinations of natural shit.
Okay.
And then it's meat in the middle. And you boil it, you wrap it in a leaf, you boil it, and you eat it. Traditional meal. It's
Right.
made for like fucking centuries. So she's, and it's a Puerto Rican dish. So she goes, here's the history on pasteles. And I'm like, all right. And I'm reading it. And I'm like, the shit derived in Venezuela. Who would have fucking thought? My mother's like, who would have thought that Puerto Rico and Venezuelans were so close in contact? I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Now get this, Venezuelans, guess where they got it from?
From Africa.
Africans. So the shit literally is like a fucking tree. The
Yeah.
shit came from Africans, passed over through the Venezuelans. However, the Puerto Ricans came and like on some Haitian shit, we adapted to that meal and kind of created it as our own. But it's like, all right, you're Jamaican, you're Venezuelan, you're Colombian. We all have pasteles, but you put a different type of meat. You put a different type of meat, or you use a different type of seasoning.
Right.
But it's still the same fucking dish. However, it's once you say pasteles, you automatically think Puerto Rico.
Right.
But
it's the same
knowing that the shit derived from
Right.
Venezuela, it's like, that shit blew my fucking mind. I was like, wow, I would have never, all this time, I'm like, I told my mother, I said, man, listen, I said, all this time, I'm thinking we the owners of this shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, we run the fucking pasteles. What you mean? And she's like, nope, not us. She goes, we owned it, and, we took over it, basically, but where it derived from, I was like, wow, like you really fucking learn something new every day. You see, and I just fucking schooled y'all.
A lot of
School
food,
of Jets.
a lot of food came from history, man. Like,
A lot, yeah.
like even Hennessy came from history, came from the war and stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
I learned about the jerk chicken too. That it came from a war. It's a war story that while they were battling in Jamaica and stuff like that, and they had to hide out. And how you survive, you still gotta eat your food and stuff. So, but they didn't want to be seen. So while they being camouflaged, the seasoning that they used for the chicken had to be dark. And they started forming all these seasonings and stuff to make the chicken.
Shut up!
I was like, yo, that's crazy. Yo,
Really?
I knew you would know. I knew you would know.
That's great. That's amazing.
But that's why jerk chicken is big. And it's a big part of the culture. Like
Even
And I'm so glad I took a liking to it after 11 years. It took me 11 years to like that shit.
gumbo is the same kind of situation.
Yeah.
Gumbo
Gumbo sounds like it has history with it. It sounds like a
gumbo is
history
just
word.
like whatever meat was left over.
What is it? It's like a soup, right?
Gumbo is like
Is that potatoes and shit in it like that?
yeah,
I gotta Google that shit.
It's a
a whole
soup.
bunch
It
of
got
stuff.
everything in it.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Rice, potatoes.
So it's like a
chicken,
poor man's
pork,
meal in a
beef.
sense. Like
yeah,
just
it's
like
whatever you got, throw it in the
throw
pot.
it in there
Yeah.
That's gumbo.
and pick whatever fucking meat comes
That's
out of
pretty
the
much-
And as far as gumbo, like shrimp gumbo,
Gumbo, yeah.
chicken
Yeah.
Gumbo. You sound
gumbo
just,
stew.
you sound just like them.
All that. It's the same kind of something, you know.
That's crazy.
So,
That's amazing. See,
It's
not
cool.
only on No Filter Radio do we
Yeah,
speak about a
but
lot
that's
of
why they say
unfiltered
if you don't
shit, but
learn
you also
history-
learn
if you
something,
don't know your
people.
history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Right.
Because a lot of things came from history. So when people talk about it and then people getting shunned for it, it's like, nah, it's that you go listen and try to learn something or try to piece it together with your history.
Exactly.
So you don't walk into the same issues and learn how to grow from it. Or
Not
you
only
gotta
that,
keep-
but you be
or
able
gotta
to pass
keep-
that
or-
information.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
but
that's
people are being taught to be
good
ignorant and
information.
dependent.
Exactly.
It's either you're going to be ignorant or dependent or both. And when you both is even more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because a blind fight is crazy. Everybody dying.
Word. This was a fucking awesome discussion, but it's already, we are like a whole entire hour past our time. I mean, the good thing is that we have that privilege in doing so, thanks to Blueprint Studios, holding us down in here. But we went way over our time. I feel like because we're so connected right now that we'll be talking to you. Got work tomorrow. You got work. Everybody got work tomorrow except me. I'm sorry.
But this is how important.
Oh,
it
that's
is,
right.
though.
It's Memorial Weekend. Fuck that. We turning up, son. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I told her. I said, I'll take one day.
There's a
off.
Memorial
I'll
Day
take one
weekend
day off.
edition. Memorial Day weekend. Nah, but this is like a super. Sorry, this is a super dope conversation. Like this is fucking dope. I learned a lot. Like. That jerk chicken story, like right now, you got me ready to research because I want to learn more about the whole war story. Like, who were they at war with? So the Jamaicans were at war?
Yeah, remember, they was that was around the time before the British rule or after the British rule?
Around the same time as that was like their.
That was during that fight, right?
Yeah,
I think it was that fight when the British came
fight.
over. And
So they were about to be at war with the British.
No, they were in a war. Like,
They were with British.
Really?
So the thing is,
Exactly.
they had to not be seen so that they could survive.
It's like
So
it was
while
a
they-
camouflage for them,
so
and they
while
smelled good
while
at
they
it at the
hiding-
same time.
While they hiding in their camps, they had to still eat. But if you making chicken that's light and you making cows,
Did they say what the seasonings were made out of?
Well, that's the thing.
I'm gonna Google that shit. No, I'm gonna look that shit up.
Jerk chicken seasonings differ with the different people.
Yeah, my father and I.
I'm talking about the one that we use.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
What, Grace's?
Yeah.
That's what you use.
Oh, I use that or the other kind. What's the other
Blue
flavor?
Mountain.
Blue something.
Blue Mountain.
All that shit look the same to me. It tastes.
but it's like it's definitely a difference on how you make it though.
It would taste the same.
Better taste it.
It would.
Well, I want to know what it's made of because I know there's like a lot of stringy shit
There's
in
a
that
whole
shit
bunch
too.
of
What
things
is that?
in
Those peppers and shit?
The
I'm gonna
ghost
Google that
peppers.
shit.
Peppers.
Nah, there ain't no ghost peppers in
It
it.
is.
Nah, son, cause I eat that shit. I don't. You know me and
it
ghost
is.
peppers ain't
It's
friends.
done in moderation. How you grind it up, how you.
Oh,
how
cause you know he eat
Cause-
ghost
how you
pepper like that,
marinate
right?
Even
Yeah, just like
like
how original chocolate was made with chili peppers.
What?
Like original chocolate, like the first generation of chocolate.
Shut
yeah.
your
And
face.
that was down in like South America, Caribbean area.
That shit
what
still
the
shocks
point
me.
is called.
That shit still shocks me how much shit chocolate is involved with, how much stuff bacon is in, how much
Yeah.
stuff like Like you don't learn.
See, that's why
about
I'm
certain
gonna.
things.
That's why I'm gonna start
They used to
eating
use-
clean.
They used to use bacon for gunpowder.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. They used to do that.
Wait, hold on. Listen, you guys are
More
filling me with
history,
too
more
much
history.
information. This is like,
Stay
I feel
woke,
like
fam. Stay woke.
my third eye is super woke right now. My third eye need a blur now.
It gotta be like that. Yo.
Nah, I love you crazy. I love conversations like this. This is what you call stimulating conversation. This is
Yeah.
what you call exercising the mind. You
This
know what I'm
bacon
saying?
fat and lotion. That's for real.
Yeah,
Nah, it's the truth. It's the truth. Like I love shit like this.
that's what keeps
man.
you creamy.
What the fuck?
You know when you fry something, then you look at the oil at the bottom, and then it hardens up,
Yeah,
but
that
it's still
shit
like you
cold
like
like
that.
That's that lard. That's that lard.
That
You
gluten,
got that
the
lip
gluten.
lard? Look at that lip lard, yo. Nah, it was a great show. I really appreciate you guys, your input. You're schooling me, because I'm damn sure I fucking learned a couple of things, and I'm going to start researching that jerk chicken, because I really want to know about now I'm like,
Yeah,
now
I don't
I'm
want
in-
to say the story wrong,
now
but I
I'm
just want to
intrigued.
say
No,
what I know about it. Like,
no, but now I'm intrigued to see shit like this. Like when people talk to me about things that I'm not privy to, I'm not gonna question. Like I tell people all the time, like you could tell me something and you can have like cold hard facts in your back pocket in your brain and everything else, and I believe everything you say. But it's just something in me that after I talk with you, I'm gonna do my own research.
Good.
And it's not taking anything away from what you told me. I'm not saying
definitely
I'm
you
not
should.
saying I don't believe
Nah,
you.
you should.
It's just something in me that I have to type it up because now I want to read up on it or I want to read more about it
Yes.
or you know what I'm saying.
Right.
And now
That's-
because like I said, it's intriguing. I want to know because now this is something new. Maybe something I could pass on in another conversation. Like, oh yeah, did you know this? I love throwing out fucking fun facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, fun facts are fucking fun. That's a fun. They're fun. You know what I'm
These
saying?
elephants can't jump. It's just been fun fact.
Why can't they jump? Because they're too fat?
Yeah, because
They don't got
heavy.
knees.
Listen, that might be true. Wait, you got me thinking about
I'm
that
trying to
shit
think if
now.
they got knees.
They got knees.
They do?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. When they
You
go down,
stupid, you
yeah,
said
They
yeah.
still can't jump.
Yo,
Wait, you
be
said they
surprised.
ain't got no knees, son.
You'd be surprised. There's certain shit out there that don't have things like like raccoons.
Roaches don't got no
bones.
backs.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
rats don't have any vertebrae. Remember, they can fit anywhere, in
Yeah.
any fucking tight spots.
For real.
Any motherfucker.
Snakes only got, not snakes. Sharks only got bones in their jaws.
And
They
snakes
don't
don't have
bite
bones in their
their
jaws. That's why they can open up their mouth so fucking
Well,
wide.
rather,
It
they
disconnects.
don't-
It
they
disconnects.
disconnect.
I know I had a snake. I had a Colombian red tail boa. His name was Viper. I love you, Viper.
That's why one of my
My
favorite
landlord
things.
killed him
One
because
of
he
my
turned off my
favorite
heat because he was a
things in
crackhead because he smoked his crack and he didn't pay my heat bill. No, that's a fucking. That's not a fun fact. That's a fucking Snapple fact. Goddamn it! He killed my snake, son.
And the fuck is
Fuck.
you
I can't prove that shit.
Well,
you're
majority
not even
of
supposed to
Snapple
have it. Tell you
Huh?
the truth, you're not even supposed to have it.
What snake?
In New York, you're
Why?
not supposed to have no.
So why they sell them in the pet store?
They don't.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, they
The
do.
fuck they
Go and
do?
try and find Colombian boa right now.
Oh, Colombian bowl.
I had a Colombian red tail boa.
There's certain things.
Go
that
and
you
try.
can't
You can't buy nothing bigger than a corn snake.
He was in
New
the,
York
no,
City.
he fit in the palm of my hand, but
I
he grew
understand.
to my
I
from
understand.
shoulder to wrist.
But
About
legal
regulation.
law,
Yeah.
you cannot buy nothing bigger than a corn snake in New York City.
Really?
No.
So we going to jail, babe.
Well, you can go to Long Island.
I never
You
remember
can go to Long
owning.
Island.
Listen, you guilty by
You leave me on the
association.
outside to bail
You
you out.
guilty by association.
You leave me on the outside
You know
to
what
bail
else
you
is illegal? Those turtles that we had.
Yup.
Oh yeah.
Wait, I'm just incriminating
And,
us.
and iguanas
Nah,
too.
shit. We had piranhas.
We
I
had-
my-
we
my-
had
my pops had
turtles.
piranhas.
Well, you can have those, but large reptiles are
Yeah.
illegal in New York City,
Well, I had this.
which don't make no damn sense because even if they escape, they dead in a few weeks.
Yeah, for real. I tell you, my snake froze because like serious. My landlord was a fucking
Case
crackhead.
in fucking point.
For real.
About to have it
Not
done.
real
Nah, I
shit. He was a
understand.
crackhead and he didn't pay the fucking heat bill.
Oh,
and I
man.
came home from work one day and I would always go turn on the light, the heat lamp or whatever. And I went and he was just not moving. And he always moves when I came home. He knows when mommy comes home. No. but seriously, he would always fucking move. And I had to like when you get a stick and like, I was like, yo, why is he so hard? And I touched him. Froze, and I was like, no. It was like all the memories of me and the snake started flying in the night and stuff. It's like memories. Nah, but let's close this out. It was great. I appreciate you guys so much.
Much love.
Much
Yes,
love,
definitely.
much love.
Respect.
Thank you for
All
the
that.
insight. Thank you for the new info that I know to give me homework now to go home and do.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us
for
on
your
No Filter.
enlightenment, man. Like
course,
you were
man.
super dope.
I know I can't jump as a white man. I can drop the nuggets and some
You
knowledge.
can't drop the rule. Oh, you're white, huh?
I ran for
Listen,
the cops in my day.
listen. You're white and I'm blonde. You know, shit goes over my head too.
He said I can't jump, but I flew right over your head.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be.
That was his joke. I had to die for
Nah, but make sure everybody tune in same time, same place, No Filter Radio, and we are out of here, y'all. Later.
Take it easy, y'all.
Y'all crazy.
I grew to love
Yo,
it.
that jerk fucking sauce got me tripping right now. Like now I wanna.
Now, too, now I don't know what I want to eat.
I'm starving. Yo, it's Memorial Weekend, yo.
Where is that? Like, we
What's-
gotta see where it's
actually,
at.
KC hit me up. He said that there's something going on at Social Butterfly. KC Hype, the DJ.
Oh, because he
from
be